where you can see the look on our faces. It's like we've just had sex and we're like, oh my God, this is the best thing ever. Yes.
Oh, you have to put that up on social.
Oh, I hope we can find it somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, it was,
Wow.
that was a hot concert.
You need a cigarette.
Wax on, wax off.
Cigarettes.
Excellent.
Hello, and welcome, Midlifers. We are your hosts, Fonz
And Mez.
and this is your weekly podcast where it's not self-help but more help yourself to a smorgasbord of nostalgia, laughter, and a deep dive into the past.
Hello, listeners. Welcome to this week's show. We are starting off with one of our favourite segments, Don't Be a Dick. On a Date is where we are this week. A midlifer moment. It's all about self-worth. What are we worth, Fonz?
$1.
So take Fonz for $1. And who did it better? Oh, this is a battle of the boyish, British, beautiful singers.
Babes.
We've got Robbie Williams versus Harry Styles.
So let's jump in.
Yeah. So you look like a dick to me, so everybody just listen to me. This is how not to be a dick.
Don't be a dick.
Sorry, Fonz is flopping her hair around. She's getting into it.
Well, this is a very important, community service discussion because it's about not being a dick on a date.
Yeah.
And although we are older women and although we are married, I do believe that manners carry through and are universal and timeless.
That's right. Manners. It's weird because I've actually got here. I'll start with one of my dicks. One of my don't be dicks is don't forget to use your manners.
Yeah, mind your manners. And although gender roles have kind of changed and things like that, you still need to be polite.
Oh, yeah.
You still need to show some human decency.
The manners that I had in mind were don't fart. This just
God almighty.
Tell them I married a farter, okay? Don't fart it around. Have it silent.
But he didn't fart on a date, did he?
Oh, I wouldn't put it past him. At a restaurant, it happens.
I love you.
No, but they're silent but deadly.
Oh,
and you're just
geez.
sitting there eating your risotto with a waft that's killing you.
I did not ask for egg with my risotto.
No egg needed. And you brought this up last year, which is something that happened to me on a date. We're having pizza and he finished the pizza. There was no napkin. So he proceeded to slowly lick his palm. And even the things of you've got something in your teeth, just, I don't know, chew with your mouth closed, all are just general manners, which you'd think that most people get, but no.
They don't.
No.
They don't. And it goes for both ways as well,
100%.
not just for men, but also for women.
Yeah.
And I say that is in I think don't expect always the man to pay.
Yeah.
And that's kind of changed. I remember dating in my second round of dating.
Yeah.
And I would always offer to pay.
Oh, you always offer.
My husband, we were dating the second time around though. He loved it. He loved it when I paid. But now he pays for everything.
Yeah.
It's all right. We pay for everything.
I was going to ask, because I would always offer to pay.
Yeah.
Then I think back then, majority, I'd say 80% of the men would go, no, I insist. I'm like, cool.
I made sure they always came to pick me up from my house.
That's very nice.
Yeah, I always made sure of that. Now I don't think I would want that because you don't know who's picking you up.
Yeah.
It was very, I don't know,
Because you lived with your
different
parents
times.
then. That's
I lived with my parents.
Well, actually, I have on my thing, don't be a dick, and I dated guys with no cars, and I would always have to go to their house to pick them up. I know. Now looking back, I'm saying to my 20-year-old self, no, make them figure it out.
Yeah.
There were like so many that just, I don't know, were at uni, didn't have a car, and I would go drive like an hour 10 to their house to pick them up for a date. What the
Find
F,
the middle
Mez?
ground. But this is learning.
It is learning.
That's learning.
This is actually going to go into our next segment.
Yes, I was thinking that too. But
yeah.
Isn't our teens and our 20s there for us to learn and to
Yes.
grow?
Yeah.
So forgive yourself.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. I will.
And
thank you, Fonz.
The
That's nice.
karma will come back to you hopefully with petrol prices dropping.
Now my husband drives me everywhere, so that's my karma. Thank you, hubby.
Now you're a passenger princess. Don't be a dick and expect a kiss or something more on a first date.
Yeah.
I remember I met someone having a first date And as we're leaving, he was wringing his hands,
Oh,
like expecting a kiss.
look what's going on.
And it was the biggest ick. And I was like, and I just backed away. Yeah.
Because his inner thoughts going, hey. Oh, that's
Yeah,
so
gross. And I just went into and he's like, oh, what are you doing on the weekend? I go, I've got a party, and
Yeah,
just went in
see.
my car and ran away.
I've got something similar. Don't be a dick, and make sure, please, you read your cues. And I feel like the more we do this podcast, the more we realize some people just don't get social cues. Same with that. If the date's not going well, I'm not going to freaking kiss you at the end. If the date's not going well and we're having dinner, don't order dessert. You know, some people just don't get it. I think some people just bad at social cues.
When you say if the date's not going
vibe,
well,
you can feel a vibe. You can feel if
but he can still order dessert. Like, I just want something
No, I
sweet.
just want to get out of there. Get me away from here, please. No, I'm running. I'm running.
I'm getting dessert. I was like, I don't care.
I'm getting a McFlurry on the way home. I'm not sitting
I
with you
was
for
like,
another half
I'm
hour.
in this restaurant. I'm getting a dessert.
Even
I don't care what you think. I want chocolate.
if it's a bad date, you'll still hang around for dessert. Are you saying that?
Possibly.
Yeah.
Probably not, actually. It depends. If it gives me the heebie-jeebies, definitely
Heebie-jeebies,
no.
But sometimes it's just no chemistry.
Yeah, but then you just chat.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough. Don't be a dick and always leave it up to your partner to plan the date.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think this sort of goes with, so this is more for the couples. Usually when planning events, there's one person in the house that does it.
Yes.
When it comes to the date, it's 50-50 from that one. They like, I'll plan some, but you plan some too. Don't leave it on me.
When I was dating, I always expected the guy I dated to plan the first date.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But then when it was online dating, like, want to meet here? Yeah, this is cool. Let's meet here.
Yeah. That's
Oh,
a first date. Okay. That's different, I suppose.
yeah.
But say if you're in now, if you and your hubby are going out, who plans it? Me. There you go. Hubby, pull your socks up. It's just nice, like, when you ask, where do you want to go? I don't know. Well,
I'm the
pick a place. Pick a place.
I'm called the CEO of our household,
Yeah.
and I organise social organisation, this and that.
I get
I've
that.
had to surrender to it, Mez.
I feel like when it comes to the relationship dates,
Yeah.
that at least some pick yourself and organise and say, hey, we're going out this weekend.
I don't
I've
like what
planned
my
something.
husband chooses.
Okay. Different story. No wonder.
Yeah, food court? No, I'll plan it.
In that case, fair enough.
Have you ever heard of people getting the ick? And people get the ick. There's one story on the internet, and the guy pulled out his wallet, and it was a Velcro wallet. Should you be conscious of your accessory choices and what you wear?
I would never have thought of that. But if someone pulled out a freaking Velcro wallet, I would be thinking, man, are you like,
if you had money in it, I'd be all right. If there's no money and a moth flies out,
and run.
Yeah, I think men, especially for our age, should move away from the Velcro.
I just away from the Velcro when they're 15. Seriously.
Yeah, like a Rip Curl wallet.
Yeah. The Rip Curl wallet.
Don't be a dick and don't ghost your date. If you don't want to see someone, if you don't want to see me, tell me.
Yeah.
That was like in the Sex and the City episode with Miranda.
Yeah.
And the guy gets up to her and goes, he's just not that into you. Tell the truth.
Just tell the truth.
And if you're not into me, I'm cool, man.
Yeah, I am guilty of that.
Ghosting.
Not ghosting, but I was always really bad at if someone asked me out on a date to say no.
Okay.
And I would say yeah, even though I 100% was not interested.
Yeah.
In real person, like not online or whatever.
Yeah.
And then like later on, I'd be like, oh, actually, no. I'll just feel so bad about it. But then I've got to think on the other side of the foot. You said you just want to know. Just move on with your life.
Yeah.
It's cool. I'm not going
Next.
to break. My heart's not going to be broken because he said no.
No.
Yeah. But
'Cause
that's.
I don't know from a bar of fish, you know,
Yes.
a bar of soap.
Soap.
A kettle of fish.
Where did the fish come into this?
Oh, John West rejected me. Don't be a dick on a date.
Don't be a dick on a date. Simple as that.
Midlife moment for me
And you.
and
We're talking about self-worth today, Fonz. And this is actually, usually a midlife moment are bad ones. Like the bad things have come across as midlife.
Yeah.
But this is a good one.
This is a great one.
It is.
But it's one that comes through trial and error and through living.
Yes. It's life experience.
Yeah.
And it's good. And I feel like you don't really realise until you're there about sort of how when you're younger you devalue yourself.
You just didn't think highly enough of yourself.
Yeah, and that's what it is. Like the reason this sort of came out for me was us thinking about our midlife pivot.
Yeah.
We're obviously learning about podcasting. We're doing a few other side things to try to fulfill our creative selves and make some money. And I feel like when I was sort of pursuing the acting stuff or whatever when I was in my 20s, I would do so much freebies, give away so much of time. And then I started thinking about not only time, even with friendships and guys, I just gave too much of my energy, too much caring
for people that didn't matter.
For people that didn't matter.
Yeah.
But now it's like, okay, even though we're new in these sort of areas, like, no, my time is valuable.
Yeah.
And what I bring to the table with this life
bloody
experience, it's freaking great.
Yeah.
There's so much. It's like, it's almost like, you know, if we're learning something new, it's like an empty bottle.
Yeah.
But the bottle that we have now, it's like handcrafted.
Yeah.
It's of value. So even though it might
Absolutely.
be empty, what we're bringing to the table behind it,
Yeah.
it matters.
Yeah. It's like a vintage vase.
It's
It's got a story behind it.
It does. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, like, with self-worth through living, Mez, comes confidence. And this is what we've developed in our 40s more so. Just not caring what other people think anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's like, no, I'm going to give this a red hot go. I don't care what other people think of me. Okay, so we get some trolls here and there, but you got to take it lightly because they don't know me, you, our life story. It's just what they see online.
Yeah, yeah. Luckily, our trolls are minimal, touch wood.
Touch wood.
And we haven't let them get to us. But you're right. It's like, push. But
also on top of that, we've got our intuition to back us. So I remember 20s, more so my 30s, I didn't trust my intuition.
Oh, really?
I went through a real journey. I had to go through a real journey and I went to kinesiologist and did some chakra recentering to learn to listen to my gut, because whenever I didn't listen to my gut, things went bad. And now it's like, you know what? I'm going to listen to it.
Yeah.
It's like Christina Aguilera said, your gut's your best friend.
Did
Not
she?
that
I've got more gut
Trust
now.
the voice within. Trust the voice within. And like through intuition, we've got more of an ability to read people, read situations, and, you know, to really take the time to think, is this worth me, my time, my creativity, my efforts?
I like that. Because I feel like I used to be. I was in line with my intuition and I would follow my gut, more so in situations where it's just me. But as I said, with people, I would just give so much of myself away. It's weird. I think we did a segment last year, Don't Be a Dick to an Older Person.
Yeah.
And one of the things we talked about was how often when you're younger, you dismiss older people like, you know, they're so past it. And now that we have got some life experience behind us, it's like, as I said, we're bringing something to the table.
Yeah.
And that you don't value what life experience brings you until you've lived it. Yeah.
And sometimes it's like with our kids, they have to live it the hard way in order to learn. They won't listen to us.
I know. And it is hard. Oh, that's a hard thing
to see,
as a parent. Yeah, because you know they've got to.
Because self-worth, is it just taught? Can it be taught or is it lived?
I think it's lived.
Yeah.
And I think, but in saying that, I know some people our age and older that still don't get it, are still chasing approval from others, are holding back for fear of whatever. So, yeah.
You need to allow yourself to evolve. You need to allow yourself to make mistakes.
That's what it is. Some people don't evolve.
Yeah.
Some people just don't evolve and See you later.
Yeah, well, there's less fear of rejection now.
Yeah.
I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
Like, not that I really cared in the first place.
I did.
Back then.
I
yeah. But, like, I take this when I was dating. Like, my dad always put it in my head, you got to treat it like you're a business person. You know, if someone could say no, 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 but on the 10th person, they might say yes. So it's like never give up. And my motto when I was dating was like, oh, next.
Yeah,
Didn't
yeah.
care.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
No, I took all the
Oh.
rejections so personally. Yeah.
But now it's just like, you know, you got to have that mentality. Like, I can fail. Like, I'll reach out for networking, say for us.
Yep.
Fail. Someone, the right person will open their door or, you know, whatever to us.
Yeah.
It's just the right people come your way.
Yeah, I definitely do trust that. And it's
Oh.
funny with our podcast because, you know, we go through peaks and troughs.
Yeah,
About
peaks and troughs.
our confidence with this because we are nobodies and starting this podcast from nowhere and there's a million podcasts out there.
Yeah.
Some days you'll be like, oh, why aren't we no good? No one like us.
It's all to do with our menstrual cycle. I'm sorry to Mez's brother who doesn't like us talking about our menstrual cycle. But
That's
when we are ovulating, we're like, yeah, we've
Yeah.
got this, we can do this. But right before our period,
oh my gosh. Yeah.
we're failures. I didn't know what I was doing. And the blessing is we're not in sync.
Yet we're getting closer, Fonz.
No, I'm distancing
Oh,
now.
that's right.
Perimenopause is setting in. Like the sun with Pluto, I'm going further away.
It's a great feeling, I think, going a midlifer moment. As I said, a lot of our past ones have been what we've noticed that we don't like about being midlife.
Yep.
But this one, which I feel like I'm discovering more and more every day. Like I'm feeling it more. And I love that we are discovering our self-worth. Freaking yes.
Yeah. Who did it better battle? Ding, ding, here's the thing.
Here's the thing.
So,
Robbie Williams
versus Harry Styles. Who did it better? Is it a matter of styles over substance, Mez?
Have you been hanging on to that one?
Yes. All right.
We've got Robert Peter Williams.
Oh, Roberto.
Born in 1974. Now,
God, that makes me sound old.
yeah, well, he's older than us, so
Yeah.
well, that's cool. So obviously, Robbie Williams. We're starting off with this bad boy from Take That.
Yeah, but he started his solo career in 1996.
So before that, Take That, 1990 to 1995. And we have discussed a little bit of Take That before. It's a band bit before our time. But I do remember seeing their film clip and I always found Robbie Williams stood out for me. He had the cheeky boy factor, the X factor. And if there's anyone that was going to be a solo artist, it was him. He stood out.
Oh, so I never really noticed Take That. I think they came out, and I remember Meatloaf, I Would Do Anything for Love was out. My brother and I would dance in the lounge room
To Meatloaf.
and I would pick him up, like, you know how you fly?
Yeah,
You pick-
didn't figure it.
so, like, I would pick him up like that, and
Yeah.
my legs would be holding up his legs, and my arms would be holding up his arms, and that would be like the equivalent of Dirty Dancing. The
Oh,
Fly.
yeah.
And we used to actually call it the fly. So whenever Meatloaf was on, we'd do the fly. So I never really took notice of Take That.
Too busy to
Too busy listening to Meatloaf doing a fly. There I go.
There you go.
Hello to my little brother.
I'm curious how big his solo career was in UK before it filtered to the rest of the world
That I
because
cannot answer.
I remember when he first released his album and the song Angels
Yes.
came out, which is huge now. But I remember he wasn't that big in Australia at the time.
But do you remember when we used to go to Irish pubs?
Yeah.
And UK pubs, and everyone would join and just sing it. And that's how I cottoned onto it. The Irish and English pubs.
So for me, my sort of first memory of him as a solo artist was in that makeup of Let Me Entertain You. The
Yes,
Kiss
there was
style
the
makeup.
influence of going to pubs that that got me. And I'm like, hang on, this is good.
This is a good
I
song.
like this. I was going to say Robbie Williams. I thought I wrote chairman.
Yeah.
Looks like chairman. Charisma.
Oh.
He is the chairman of charisma and sex.
Yes.
And he oozes sexuality.
Oh, now, I've been waiting to tell this story about...
okay.
No, remember the first time we saw Robbie Williams?
Yes, I've written.
Oh, shall we go into this?
Please.
So this is where he started his solo career around 96, 97. He came to Australia in 2001.
Right.
I know this because I was overseas. I'd just come back from overseas from a 3-month, 4-month stint. I think it was 1 week into it. So I was still jet lagged and we'd already bought tickets to the concert. I couldn't be effed. I feel like we weren't excited at all for this concert because he wasn't big at the time.
It was just a concert. It was at a small venue.
Yeah. I was around Labour Arena. It wasn't small, still like 10,000 or whatever. But as I said, there wasn't any big hoopla about him coming. We just thought, I don't know what possessed us to get the tickets.
Erin,
our friend. Thank you, Erin.
Thank you.
That was a nice...
A sexual awakening happened.
And so we actually got standing general admission on the ground. And we were quite close to the stage. We had eye contact with him and everything. And boy, oh boy.
Do you remember every woman or every girl he had eye contact with, they would scream?
Yeah.
And I remember...
Like the Elvis phenomenon.
I remember, I'm like, I'm not going to scream. I'm not going to scream. And he looked at me and like...
Oh, really?
I gave him nothing.
I think I would have screamed. But like he was very cheeky. He showed us his ass a bit. I think he put his hands down his pants probably several times. And there was one stage where there was a girl on the side. Do you remember this?
She was in a tartan skirt.
Yes, and a white t-shirt, I think.
Oh, okay.
And I think she had a red
she was
bra.
A bit older.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like
older than us.
Because I think we were 19, 20 at the time.
Yeah.
And he looked at her and the spotlight went on her. And he's like, he told her his hotel to meet. And she was like,
she was the chemistry.
Yes.
You could see the chemistry
and
back
then
and
every
forth.
other girl was like, oh, I want that to be me.
Oh, I knew I could not compete with that tartan skirt. I was like, nah, let her have it.
So this is 25 years later. We still remember this woman in the tartan skirt that got some with Robbie Williams.
I've got tingles from it.
I know, but we actually have a photo of us, a selfie I think we took off with our disposable Kodak camera phone, where you can see on the look at our faces, it's like we've just had sex and we're like, oh my God, this is the best thing ever. Yes.
Oh, you have to put that up on social.
Oh, I hope we can find it somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, it was...
Wow.
That was a hot concert.
You need a cigarette.
And then, from there, he just exploded.
And I remember had the DVD of him live at Nebworth.
Live at Nebworth. Now, I've looked into this. So this was a 3-day concert from 2003, and it's still to this day a biggest music event in UK history. 375,000 people at his concert. And it was a special DVD that we all had.
Yes, we did.
So when it was actually a tradition, for me anyway, you too. So when we get ready to go out clubbing, we'd put on this Live at Nebworth concert, have in the background.
Get ready to go
out. And speaking of sexy chemistry and cheekiness, like there's got a bit where he pulls a girl on stage, he hugs her, she squeezes his bum, so he squeezes her boob, and he ends up making out with her.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord, now I need a cigarette. Like, holy moly, that was hot.
Yeah, so that was a peak of Robbie Williams' fame. Fantastic.
Oh, God almighty, Mez.
Hot flushes. What? And then, he went on to go with Kylie Minogue, kids, Nicole Kidman as well.
I love you.
Yeah, something stupid. Sorry. That's all right.
God almighty. Oh,
yes.
And then now he's done his doco, Better Man, where he's a monkey.
I feel like if he hadn't been a monkey, I would have much preferred it.
I feel him being a monkey now. Look, it's bad I have not seen it, but him being a monkey has thrown away my self-worth of a fan of his where I had the hots for a monkey. And he does look a bit like a monkey, I'm going to say.
He had a song, Me and My Monkey.
That's right.
Yes. From the Nebworth. But so obviously he's older than us now. He's had his peak, his fame is it is what it is, but he's got legacy. He still brings it. Like he came to New Year's Eve, yes. Actually performed at Fed Square as well.
That's right.
Yeah, he's still a great
performer.
Entertainer. Yes. Fun. Great songs. Yep.
Yes. All right. Harry. We're going to jump the fence now to Harry Styles. Mez, I didn't have his full name, but I'm
That's
guessing Harold Winston Styles.
Let's go with that.
I don't know where Winston came from, but anyway.
Look, it could be Winston.
Finally, he was born in Worcestershire, like the sauce.
Worcestershire.
Worcestershire. He was discovered on the talent show X Factor, where he didn't go through as a soloist, but Simon Cowell created the boy group One Direction. And they took the world by storm. We were both older.
We were. I think it's probably like 10 years younger than us, I would say.
He was born in 1996.
Okay, so it's 15 years younger than us.
Yeah, so that's why I was never. Yeah, he's quite a fair bit younger than us, but that's why I never really fell for him. I'd see the girls do the phenomenon.
Yeah. I will say this though, because I do remember their first song, "You Don't Know You're Beautiful."
Oh yeah,
and they're on the beach. It wasn't necessarily at the start, but after a few songs, he did catch my eye. I could see, similar to Robbie Williams, the charisma.
Yeah,
it shone. It shone like a light.
Cut above the rest.
Yes.
So he began his solo career in 2016. And he was also an actor, Mez.
Yes, which I forgot about this.
Don't Worry, Darling, Florence Pugh. And I and that was my awakening to Harry Styles.
Oh, really?
Wow.
So I didn't find him sexy in that.
The romance scene here.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And Florence Pugh had the upper hand with him. I was like, oh, yeah. It's good.
Yeah.
But look, the thing about Harry Styles and what I like about him is his androgyny and how he never gives away what his sexuality is, whether he's bisexual, gay, whatever. Who cares?
Yeah.
He is who he is.
He is who he is.
And he's a fashion icon.
Yeah.
Through that androgyny again, like he'll wear a suit and a string of pearls, or he'll have a scarf, he'll be in Vogue. But it reminds me of, if I can say now, this is going to show my age.
I know you're going to say,
what?
David Bowie?
I was going to say, it reminds me of, because there's been a lot of fan fiction and music video clips, him as a solo artist, kind of giving Easter eggs of his sexuality. And it reminds me of David Bowie and Mick Jagger when they went away together, spent a weekend together and had a bit of a lover's tryst.
Oh, really?
And that reminds me a bit of him. Because I do believe Harry Styles is based off a bit of Mick Jagger.
Okay.
Yeah.
For me, very good. About David Bowie because I feel like he's also got I don't know, because he wears a bit of platforms, a bit of the flares. He's got a bit of 70s vibe. Yeah, I like it. But
his dancing's like not like Mick Jagger, but it's there. There's something there. The influence is there.
Yeah. What do you think of his actual music? Do you know?
I just know Watermelon Sugar High, and I know what that's about.
Yeah.
It's like,
have you seen the film clip to that?
No, I just know what it's about.
Like it.
Oh, good. Well, I'm
ovulating
now, so may as well.
I can't remember the name of his first song that he released. It was a bit of a different feel, and I really, really loved it. Some of his songs, a bit of a nothing pop songs. But I feel his last album, which I think he won a Grammy for.
Ah, right.
And that's the difference. Robbie Williams, from my research, hasn't won a Grammy. No Grammy, but Harry Styles won the Grammy for Best Album, I think.
So he's broken through that market.
Yes, and I think
is it the acting that's broken him through?
I don't know. I don't know how Robbie Williams didn't crack the US market because he was huge. And his songs he had great songs.
Yeah, his songs are excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. Oh,
yeah.
God almighty, Mez. Oh, God. Get me a fan because I'm having a hot flash. All right, so we're going to call it. Who did it better?
We're going to call it. Now, I'll just say, okay, if you have noticed, we've talked a lot about Robbie, not much about Harry. We are of the Robbie
generation.
And saying this, I seriously firmly believe that after thinking I was going to marry Leonardo DiCaprio, I thought I was going to meet Robbie Williams and save him. His wife saved him. You know, he had a lot of demons and that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
I thought in my 20s, I can help you, Robbie. I can help you. And I really thought that I would randomly find him in a hotel bar, talk to him.
It's like Pretty Woman. Like Richard Gere. You're late.
Anyway, yes, we grew up with Robbie. I'm sure Harry's awesome, and people 15 years younger will probably.
I've got a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Now, all right, if you're at a bar and there's Robbie Williams hitting on you and Harry Styles hitting on you, Who would you end up with?
Both boys, come on. Oh, I broke my chair. Oh, I broke my chair. Oh,
Need to
that's
go
good.
to a free upholsterer. Shivers.
Oh,
That
yeah.
made me crack the chair, Mez. I got crumbles.
No, I'd go Robbie. You?
Might go for a bit of Harry Styles.
Okay.
But who did it better? For me, Robbie.
Robbie Williams. You have entertained us. Whew. All right. Well, hope you have calmed down. Like we are fanning ourselves because it's been a hot one.
Oh, it's a good one.
Yep.
So please like, subscribe and follow on our socials.
Thank
If
you.
you know Robbie Williams, pass on Mez's number to him. Harry Styles, pass on my number.
We hope to see you next week.
See you then.
Bye.
Bye.